What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin Salty here. Today we're offshore trolling, and let me tell you, me and Senior Salty over here, we took a pounding getting out here to our spot this morning. GoPros never do it justice, but it is quite nasty, gnarly, swelly, and choppy out here right now. You can see the thunderstorm that we got brewing over here on the coast. Should stay off the coast for a little bit, but you can see we're about 10 miles out here at a Fort Pierce inlet, and we are doing our trolling. We have a full moon phase coming this Friday. Full moons always, or for the most part, bring good fishing. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it brings some good fishing for us today. We're hoping to get on some good fish. Starting off the morning by trolling, got out here as early as we can. We got the number 6 planer, the number 2 planer, Vanadium strip, Mylar strip, Sea Witch, and a Billy Bait mini turbo slammer on that one. And we have a daisy chain up there on top. Got the full spread out, and now we're just trolling along our wrecks, waiting for something big to hit. I think we got a fish on, guys. We've been trolling out here in this nasty weather. It's gonna rain probably any minute now, so I don't have my microphone set up on, so it's hard to hear, that's why. But number 6 planer, Bonita strip, finally tripped. It feels like a decent fish we got on right now. Can you slow us down just a tad? Off. Fish is at the surface right now. There we go, there's the fish. Staying along the surface. Staying along the surface. Got the gap ready? Or two or the door? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bring him right through the door. Just open the door. Okay. It's not huge. Bring it to me, I'll bring him in. Looks like a king, right? Yeah, I think it's big. Pull him right in, pull him right in. Nice, pull it in. Nice! Kingfish in the boat. Keeper fish! That is what we're talking about right there. And there is our keeper kingfish right there, 28 inches to the floor. Not a huge kingfish, but it's definitely going to be a nice smoker-sized king. Even though we don't have a smoker, we'll make some delicious fish chips, fish tacos, something out of this nice fish. But it feels good to put a fish in the cooler finally today. Whew. Apologize for the camera work if it was a little shaky or I didn't get everything perfectly. Like I said, it's really rough out here. It's just the two of us, so somebody's got to drive, somebody's got to get the fish. Not really another person to hold the camera as much, but we're trying our best out here. That was a nice kingfish. Thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than it was, but now that we cleaned up, got our rigs back out, we'll show you the situation. We'll let him out. He's sitting on ice now. Nice size kingfish though, 28 inches, 28.5 inches to the fork. Definitely a keeper, and definitely will be some good eats. Well, we really unexpectedly just had a fish on. I was just saying how this planer was acting really weird, and how it felt like it was not tripped, and it just, all of a sudden we saw a fish jump out there, so we got a fish on apparently. Senior Salty is going to come over and detach the planer right now. Hopefully we keep him out of the other line. Nope, we got the other line because the other line's already bouncing. You got that closer? So he's going to go ahead and detach the planer right now so we can reel it in the rest of the way. And hopefully not have a tangled mess here with this fish.
No, I think we're going to bring the fish.
Yep. What do you think? I got to go over you?
No, I don't know.
Start reeling that in. Start reeling that in.
Okay. I'm going to put this down, bring it into me, and I'm going to grab them. Hopefully
hang on. All right, we got a little kingfish here.
I'm going to release him.
Yeah, he's going to get released. He's not going to be big enough to keep.
No.
You want pliers?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow, he was barely hooked.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Small kingfish, there we go. He's going back.
Maybe.
If Senior Salty can get him out of the boat. There he goes. Well, clean release. Now we just got to get a little tangle mess here. All right, so we just moved spots trolling. We're now out of Fort Pierce Inlet, pretty much straight out the inlet, 100 feet deep. There's a nice ledge out here that we like to fish. There's that big storm coming over there that you guys can see, and it's kind of coming our way, so we decided to play it safe, head back towards home and still fish on the way back. So we're gonna be trolling our spread. Today is pretty much an all trolling day for us. It's a little too bumpy out here, a little too wavy to be doing some bottom fishing and drifting, and we came out here with a purpose to try to do some good trolling today. So we're going to continue to do that, see if we can get anything up on this ledge, and hopefully we'll see you guys when we get a fish on.
All right, let's go.
There you go. All right, we're off. The storm is coming. We're gonna race in, try to beat it so we don't get soaked. Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
Couple good ones coming. You got someone fishing in the middle, of course. Yep. Nice job. Good job, you handled it.
Well, that was one very wet ride back. Just to show you, that was one boot. And that's the other. A mix of salt and rain. Went straight through that rainstorm. Really bad. We made it back to the inlet. It's behind us now. See your salties alive. Happy and alive. Alright, welcome to the kitchen, everybody. Whew, that was a very, very intense day out on the water, and I'm going to get a little bit more into that in just in a second. I'm just starting to prepare everything for the feast tonight. I won't lie to you guys, it is a couple days after I filmed that video, I think about 3 days after, and we're going to be making that kingfish here tonight, but I just got home from a very long day at work, so I just kind of went ahead, threw some stuff together to make this kingfish recipe here. This isn't going to be one of those fancy catch and cooks with lighting setups and whole new recipes in the description, all that kind of stuff. Today is just kind of, let's hang out and make some food tonight, right? So, right here, I'll show you guys real quick. We have stirring up. Hopefully you guys can see that. We got a Zatarain's rice mixture. If you guys don't know Zatarain's, like my favorite things, honestly, I cook with. I have tons of them. Zatarain's rice, it's like instant rice. So this is a Caribbean rice. This has like pineapple and that kind of stuff in it. We're going to be making that very easy. Just add water, boil for 25 minutes. So we're just mixing around that right now. And for our kingfish tonight, we're going to be doing a fish fry. And if you guys have been following along with the channel, we did a coconut crusted fish fry. Don't know how many videos back it was, but we have done it in the past. We're going to do a little bit of take on that since I really wanted coconut tonight. So that was what we're going to be making with the kingfish. Now it's time to start talking about what the heck actually happened out there during this video. So me and Senior Salty went out that day knowing that there was going to be lots of storm clouds around because that's kind of what the weatherman was predicting that day. But we had been out offshore in a month, and we definitely wanted to head out. That was kind of our last day after I spent 2 days fixing my truck AC, which was a lot of fun. Throw a picture of that up on the screen or a few photos for you guys to see. Yeah, it's a very fun project there we were working on, but got it all fixed. But anyway, we saw the storms were definitely going to be out there when we were out there fishing, and we actually did dodge a few of them while we were fishing. But we saw this one coming, and where we're fishing offshore, there's no more cell service. We don't have radar on our boat either, so we can't get the weather there. The only thing we do is use the weather channel on the VHF radio, which is just going to tell us there were scattered thunderstorms in the area anyway, so that wouldn't have been too useful. But we saw that one big storm cloud coming, and we're just trying to figure out which direction it was heading, how fast, and eventually we kind of got an idea that it was going to be heading, basically cutting off our path between where we were and heading back home. So instead of doing the smart thing and heading right back on in, and we'll take fault, it was my idea, to head on over to another spot, which was pretty much straight out the inlet, and try fishing that spot, you know, just to give it one more good go, see if we can catch another fish, since there's a lot of stuff that goes out into a day of offshore fishing, so we're trying to make the most of it. Well, it ended up not being a good idea. That the weather ended up, that weather gap ended up closing a lot quicker than expected. All of a sudden, the wind started gusting about 25 knots out of nowhere. That's when we decided to pick it up, head on in, and that salt spray was absolutely destroying us as we were going. It was, the wind was just pushing, and every time the boat slapped through the water, there was just salt water flying everywhere. Then it closed off, the rain cloud closed off ourselves. It closed off in between us and the inlet. So we ended up having to go through some pretty heavy rain to get back to the inlet. Very, very luckily, once we got pretty much practically in the inlet, we made it through the rain cloud, or at least on the other side of that section. So we didn't have to go through the inlet in the torrential downpour, which was very nice. But it was not too responsible there of us / mostly me to make that decision. Just remember, fish is never worth your life, never worth putting yourself in danger for. So that's going to be kind of my tidbit / what you could take out of this video today is that if you're going to be stuck in that kind of weather, make sure you're prepared for it, and if you can, don't put yourself in that kind of situation. So that's a little story time. That's kind of what happened that day offshore fishing. But this one delicious kingfish here is all we ended up catching, and we are going to make it taste as the best as we can doing this coconut fry. And in case you missed that video, what I'm doing is I have right here a coconut and unsweetened dry coconut flakes mixed with panko breadcrumbs, about half and half, and we're sitting here with an egg wash, eggs in a little bit of milk, beaten into a bowl, and we're just dipping it on in and coating it with the panko and the coconut coating. So after all done with this, we are going to plop it in some vegetable oil, fry it up, and serve it over the Caribbean rice that we have making over there. So lay these delicious, delicious looking pieces of fish in here. I mean, look at this. Look at that piece of kingfish right there. Nice, beautiful coconut crusting on that, or coconut and panko crusting. And the key to this that I found out the last time I did this coconut crusted fried fish, low and slow. You don't want it too low that it's kind of just sitting in the oil and not bubbling around, but you do not want that oil temperature blazing, blazing hot, or else the outside crisp of the coconut is just going to end up burning, and you don't want burnt fried fish. So you can see that looks delicious. You got a little bit of bubbling action going here, just kind of on a medium-low heat. We're gonna let that simmer there for a couple minutes until the edges start turning golden brown. Give it a little flip, and then we're gonna be eating some fried fish here in no time. First round of fish is done. Went a little too low and slow on this round, but we'll kick it up a notch for the next batch and get it just right. You can see it still turned out to be a beautiful colored piece of coconut crusted fish there. Now that is the plate for our first round of fish. We're gonna go ahead and make the second batch, plate it up for you guys, and I'll show you what it all looks like, give you a taste test. So this was just a very, very slight variation in heat, and you can see how much darker these couple pieces are right here compared to the others. Here, let me grab a little light. That might help a little bit. You can see that just the color difference between these is pretty crazy. And that was a very, very slight difference in heat. Anyway, we have our Caribbean rice here plated very nicely. And we're gonna go ahead, take some of these pieces of fish. Maybe we'll do one from one batch and one from another, or a couple from one each, just so we could see which one we like better. So this is what we are left with. This is the final result. Not the most beautiful dish, but definitely not the ugliest dish I've ever made. But that doesn't matter, it's all about how it tastes. So we're gonna go ahead with our fork. Gonna dive into a little bit of that first batch. Gonna get a little bit of the rice up in there. Nice little forkful. Very nice pairing, the coconut with the Caribbean rice. They went perfectly together, just as I imagined there. So no fishiness taste to the fish whatsoever. Like I told you guys, that milk and salt bath works absolute magic on this kingfish. Makes it taste just as good as any other fish in the sea. We're gonna go ahead and go for a bite of the one that cooks a little bit faster. It just came out of the oil. That one's really good too. I would say with that quicker cook there, with the little bit darker pieces, you get a little bit more crunch when you first bite into it, which is really nice. But I would say the ones that were cooked a little bit slower retains more of the coconut flavor from the coconut flakes. So really interesting. I really love this dish. I never lie to you guys about how my dishes come out. If they come out bad, I'll let you know, so you guys don't waste your time making them. But this one, definitely a winner. Get you some Zatarain's products. Not sponsored by Zatarain's, but I kind of wish I was, because I absolutely love all their products. So that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys learned some lessons, and make sure you guys don't stay out in the middle of thunderstorms to go catch a fish. But I digress. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. And if you did enjoy, make sure you guys hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing down below if you haven't already. It really helps the channel grow out a lot, and I very much appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy this catch and cook video of offshore fishing with this kingfish here, I'm going to go ahead and link another offshore fishing video with a little bit more of a complex cooking portion at the end, since this one was kind of just thrown together. I'm going to go ahead and link that on the left side of the screen over here for you guys. You guys should definitely check that out if you're interested. Thank you again for watching. Until my next video, remember to keep living salty.